Hello, hello, and good evening. Today is the 2nd of April 2026, and I'm Shashidharan Arur. Uh, um, Today, I would like to talk about mental health and how families are the most important aspect of the treatment of people with mental health issues. I'm not a qualified professional for this. For this talk, I am not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or anything. I am just a person dealing with mental health issues and who has watched people who are going through struggling with mental health issues for a long time. Uh, an aunt of mine, cousins, then my daughter, and then I had to go through it. um, yeah, so the topic is how important the family is in the process of healing. I would say, uh, if you talk in percentages, I would say 50% of the treatment or healing process has to happen from the family. The medicines and the therapy and all those things will help only in the other 50%. So medicines and the psychologist who talks to you will help you gain some insights, and the medicines will help you calm yourself down, get some sleep, get some time to think, regulate your thoughts a bit. Uh, your anxiety will come down. Um, uh, of course, it will numb you a bit, but uh, that's a that's something you'll have to deal with. You'll have to work on, but you will be in a position to start your healing process, and that healing process, that journey is not easy. It's not at all easy, especially in a place like India, where number one, there's huge taboo uh, on mental health. Mental health is not taken as a illness like diabetes or uh, cancer or whatever. It's like you're not part of the society. You're an outcast, or you're a liability. You're an unproductive person. You're lazy. Uh, you're not responsible. Uh, that's how they categorize. Most people categorize the patients going through uh, mental health issues. So it's pretty difficult as it is. And if you don't have a family which has a lot of empathy, which has members, the immediate family, I mean, your spouse, your children, a bit of your parents, your siblings, this close knit family, I mean, close group of family, the first, the immediate family. If they are not supportive enough in this country, your healing process might not even take place at all. Uh, it might even get worse because when you're going through something like that, you expect your closest people to be with you, help you, support you, to be sympathetic with you, to be empathetic with you. And like when a person has cancer, the whole society, I mean, the whole family gets together to help that person, right? Or most families, most people. That's a very human thing. Empathy for your people who you love, who you are close to. Empathy towards your uh, parents, children, siblings. This is like, it's there in our blood, right? That's what I think. And so expectations are there. The patient um does not know how to express what he or she is going through. Uh, they try to develop a language which does not exist in India as of now. There is no vocabulary. It's only slowly coming up. Words like trauma and brain fog and uh, depression eating and body dysmorphia. All these things are coming up now, and people are talking about them. Some celebrities are talking, and so it is slowly appearing in the normal culture. But otherwise, it's very difficult for a mentally ill person to express their feelings. Mm, most often than not, the parents, siblings, even children, they they feel that this person is lazy. He or she is not even trying to get out of this hole. Uh, they feel that person is being irresponsible. And if most of the members of your family are of that kind, then boy, you're in trouble. You are in real trouble because uh, imagine a person who's already having problems of self-esteem and confidence, um, because he would have already started suffering in his work, in his studies, in his interpersonal relationships, in his friendships. So already he's or she is in a very fragile state. And on top of that, if there's nobody in the family who at least makes an attempt to understand what the person is going through, uh, encourages them, checks on them that they are taking medicines on time and uh, not having bad thoughts, harmful thoughts. They, that take them to the doctor regularly, uh, take them out, um, try to distract them with healthy coping mechanism, healthy distractions. Uh, and try to bring the person to the mainstream. Uh, so it's a lot of hard work for the people who are looking after uh, mentally ill people, because there is no social security, or there's no state support for all these things in India. There are no good state institutions where you can uh, admit the child or admit the person, and there would be professionals taking care of them, as well as uh, families uh, families take care of them. Like, that is not there in India. So uh, somebody in the family has to sacrifice a lot. Somebody, or some people, not everybody cannot. People have to go for work. People have to earn a living. uh, Income is important. Even the patient requires money for medicines and therapy and stuff. And so not everybody can uh, become caretakers, but at least there should be one person in the family who will sacrifice their uh, career, partially at least, to uh, at least for some time, till the patient becomes independent and uh, is normal enough to take care of themselves and are functional enough to uh, to either get work somewhere or study something, learn some skills. Till that time, somebody has to be a full-time caretaker. That's what the doctors also advise, because the medicines that they give are also not very strong, and they have side effects which can produce suicidal thoughts. So yeah, um, so the family is very important. Uh, I can give you, I'll give you examples. Uh, Two cousins, okay, both women. Now they were girls when we were younger, when they started having problems. One cousin on my mother's side, one cousin on my father's side. I will not be disclosing any names or identities for obvious reasons, but I just want to explain how a family can make such a huge difference. Both the girls, I mean, they are women, when they were girls, they started having issues, issues like anxiety, depression, and slowly the things it evolved into mood disorders, bipolar, or one of them had turned schizophrenic. I still can't pronounce that word properly. Schizophrenic, and they both were of almost the same age, maybe a couple of years here and there, but they got married almost the same time. Uh, One of them, she had some problems while in college. The parents did some kind of medication or treatment, but they did not follow up that thing, and she also recovered from it. And that fact was covered. I mean, it was hidden. It was not even told to the guy who married her. Okay, and in the other case, that other sister was all right. She was fine, but after she got married, her mother, who was going through a lot of mental health issues, unaddressed mental health issues, uh, she killed herself by suicide in a very gory fashion. Like, she poured kerosene on herself and burnt herself alive. But she was, what do you call it? She was conscious enough to tell the police that it's nobody's fault but mine. But because I haven't been feeling good, I couldn't take the pain anymore. I couldn't take the mental tension anymore. So I did it. So uh, there was no case, or nobody was harassed about it. The family was not questioned about it. So this happened after that cousin got married. So maybe the marriage was itself not a great marriage to start with. That's my personal feeling. She was a very soft, fragile girl, sensitive. The guy who she married was a typical alpha male. Even those days, alpha males used to be there in those days. Those overt alpha males, you know, big bulls kind of people. He had those. I remember I used to be kind of scared of him. Like, he had these gray eyes, gray, dead eyes, and his stare would, freeze me. I was in I was in college then. I was in pre-college, pre-university, I think, and I didn't get a good feeling about that wedding. I was there for the wedding, and I didn't get a good feeling because I felt my soft cousin sister was getting married to this thuggish guy. Because he was a lawyer. He had a good job. He had a good job in the railways. He was smart. Uh, for those times, he was pretty well settled. So that way, the match was good. But I thought she must have had a shock of her lifetime when the marriage started off. Uh, of course, that's purely uh, my feeling. But within a year or so, within 1.5 years, this mother killed herself, and she had to go through that trauma. And then I think she was pregnant also then, and then slowly she started developing problems. But in her case, uh, the what happened was the father, after the mother committed suicide, I mean, died by suicide, the father started living with her. He was he had just retired. He was healthy. He was very intelligent. He was very capable of things. He liked order in the house, and he was uh, quite a good manager. So he took up the main job of becoming her caretaker, and the husband also willingly allowed the father to do it, and I think he also cooperated. And she had three brothers who also were educated. They were all working in different cities, and they also were ahead of the time. So they also cooperated in getting her to a doctor, making her take medicines, therapy. Uh, so she had this whole family: her father, her husband, her three brothers. So we're talking about five people solidly behind her. And because of that, she she got over her initial bad phase, and she wanted to work, she wanted to do her post graduation. She did her uh, masters in law. I think she wanted to be a lawyer. Then she went ahead and practiced. She looked after the son grew up and finished his studies, went abroad, and of course she could not carry on with her work for long because all these medicines and everything had uh, taken a toll on her physical health. So could not uh, she could not have a great career and all that, but she built herself. She built a self-respect and self-esteem for herself. She was her own person, like, she was independent. Uh, so that gave her a lot of confidence, and the father and the brothers and were all supportive. The son, of course, finished his studies and went off abroad, and he settled in America and married a German girl, and he got settled there. For some reason, the son, did not look back at all, because I think he must have had a very hard childhood, because everybody's focus was on his mother, and he would have wanted attention which he wouldn't have got. So his life would have been tough. So once he left and got himself settled in America, then he came only just once in these 20 years, 25, 20 years, yeah, more than 20 years. That is the only thing which might be a little bothersome for her. But they are touched. They talk regularly, and he calls her every day, and all that is there. But he doesn't feel the need to uh, come here or spend time with the mother. Mm, that's something I have always wondered, and I always thought that it could have been because of the trauma or difficult childhood that he must have had. Okay, so that sister is still alive. She's well. Her husband retired, and they're having a very nice, cozy retired life in Hyderabad. She has her own routine. She's very strict about her own health. She takes care of herself. She eats well. She sleeps well. She takes her medicines in time. She has some mobility problems because of weight and because of some issues she has developed in her knees. I think osteoporosis or whatever. And that could be due to all these medications for so many years, 30, 40 years. But she's on social media all the time. She's posting on WhatsApp. She posts dishes she makes and whatever. So she is happy. The father is still alive. The father is not with her anymore. He is pretty. He's 100 now. He's with his son, eldest son, who's in Bangalore, who's got a very big apartment, and he has his own room. He has his own caretaker, full-time caretaker, and all that. They can afford it. They are pretty well off. But what I'm trying to say is that despite the illness, which was severe at certain stages, she used to get violent. She used to have these huge mood swings, and she used to throw stuff, and all those things were there. But because of the care, the family's care, she had a full life. She had a nice life. She had a nice full life. I'm 61, so she must be now 65, 66. And I'm sure she has a lot of years ahead of her because she has that spirit in her, and nothing of the mental illness has affected her quality of life, in the sense, the inner life. I have great respect. I don't have a great relationship with them, but I have great respect for those three cousins of mine, the brothers, and the uncle, the father, and in a way the husband also, the alpha male, who stood by her and um, supported her throughout the whole thing. Okay, that's the good story. I have told you the good story because I hope this stays with you, and this has lessons for anybody interested in understanding about these things, or anybody going through stuff like this. Anybody with mental illness in the family, any member going through this, or one of you who are going through it. So that's the good story. And then there is this sad story, a really sad story. It's the other cousin, my father's side. This sister of mine, she had a fantastic childhood. She was brilliant. She was she was born and she was brought up in Calcutta city. Went to a good school. She was good at studies, and she was quite a. She was creative. She was interested in writing and reading and music and all those things. But she had developed some issues, which was not talked about then. In her, I think, in her early teenage or sometime then. She, the parents, because of some reason, um, they just, because of, I think, because of this mental issues or something, they couldn't handle. Yeah, that was another thing. Her brother had epilepsy right from childhood, so the parents were totally taking care of that kid, that brother of mine. Okay, he was all right mentally, but he had this epileptic seizures. It would happen on and off. You could never say when it would happen, and he would fall down and they'll go through those things. And uh, so the parents wanted to get a cure for him, so they were running around trying to get a cure. But those days there was no cure. Even now there is no guaranteed cure for epilepsy. You have treatment, you have medicines, these same psychiatric medicines, um, but there's not much. There's no surgery or there's no corrective medicine for all this, for that thing, because it is something to do with the electrical impulses uh, in the brain. So science or medical science has not reached that level. So it's still a mystery why it happens, how it happens, why it cannot be corrected. Yeah, so the parents were completely engrossed in the son, and so I don't know whether it was because of that, because of neglect, or whatever other reason. She was just plucked from her school in Calcutta and her friends and her social life and everything, and then put in Kerala with the grandparents for a year, I think. God knows why. I have no idea. I tried asking her brother about it, but he wasn't forthcoming. He said, I don't want to talk about that. So she was in Kerala. So this might have also resulted in huge trauma, social trauma. You know, girl born and brought up in Calcutta, Bengali speaking, English speaking, 100% urban girl. In her teenage, she's suddenly plucked and put into a village in Kerala where there's no English speaking. There is no that she had to go back to Malayalam, learning Malayalam. But she did. She was so intelligent she could pick up Malayalam in 8th standard or so. So she must have been really intelligent. She is intelligent. But then later she was again taken back to Calcutta, where she finished her uh, graduation in a college in Calcutta. But those years also she was going through something, but it was never discussed. It was hidden from the family, extended family. So I never came to know of all these things. But after the marriage, yeah, like I said, they just after the education was over, they the man who was working in a big company in Calcutta, he retired. Uh, they came back to Kerala to their ancestral house, and the first thing they did was get this girl married. This cousin sister of mine married to a person who was a very nice guy. He was a banker. He was working in a bank, and he was a very jovial guy. Though he was born and brought up in Kerala in a small town Palakkad, but he was very liberal and he was very urban. Actually, he used to crack jokes, and he was a very nice guy. But he never knew that this girl had a history of illness. They got married, and he got transferred to some place in North Kerala. They started a life together. He would go to the office in the morning and come back in the evening. She would be alone in the house, and she didn't have much to do. While she was educated, she was creative, she was intelligent. But those days, that was women working when the man is having a good job was a rarity. So she did not go for a job. She sat at home, and a girl who was used to a place like Calcutta, it's such a rich culture and so much of life. It's such a lively city, happening city. From there, she had to settle in a small little village in Kerala. So, without her parents, stranger husband, it was all arranged marriage. And then she started getting problems. All those old problems started coming out. And the guy was not prepared for all this. He was shocked. He did not know how to react to it. He did not know how to respond to this. He came to the family, came to her parents and said, "What is this? What is this happening? I have no idea. She's not well. She's saying strange things. She's not cooking. She's sad all the time. She's depressed. She's not eating properly. She's not even interested in anything." And then I think the parents came out with this thing that she had issues in while she was a teenager, and I think that broke the man's heart. He felt betrayed, but he did not give her up just like that. He could have just divorced her. That was a law those days. I think it's a law even now. If mental illness is not disclosed and the marriage takes place, and it so happens that the husband or wife finds out the spouse had earlier a mental illness history, you can file for divorce and get it very easily. But the man did not do that. By then they had children, a couple of them. So he adjusted, but her problems became worse. She became schizophrenic. Like she started getting paranoid about his going to office. She would uh, doubt him for everything. She kept imagining that he was having affairs in the office, and she she went to the extent of doubting her own mother having an affair with this husband. It became so bad. But in her case, what happened was right from the beginning, the whole thing was not handled professionally. They didn't handle her properly. while she was in college, and they did this huge non-disclosure thing, which would have given the girl a huge guilt complex. And then, on top of that, when she fell sick, nobody took the initiative to hold her and be with her, take her to a psychologist, psychiatrist, give her some rest. Uh, there was nobody. Nobody did that. Or maybe the father tried. He wasn't capable enough to do that. The mother tried, and then it it was not a good experience. She was, like I said, she was doubting everybody, so she was doubting her mother also. So then, slowly, people gave up on her, and the extended family, the aunties and all, started becoming wild at her, angry at her for being so uh, being having I mean having such doubts. I mean, she was ill. Those doubts did not come out from her uh, good self. It was an illness making her do stuff like that. Uh, she would uh, she would get violent sometimes. She would tear the man's clothes. She would go to the bank and visit the bank at odd times, badly dressed, just to check on him, and then create scenes there. That was They led a very bad life, and the man, he couldn't take it. He didn't have support, so he took to the bottle. He had to go for work because there were two children. By then, he had become an officer, so he had more responsibilities. He used to come back late, and he started drinking because he didn't want to come back to this house with a spouse like this, always on the verge of fighting and accusing him. So the man became an alcoholic, and so somehow they managed. They educated the kids somehow. The man reached his retirement somehow, and then they came to Kerala. And by then, because uh, the sister, my cousin, and the husband both, and the children, of course, they found that the whole world in the sense, the extended family, the family, extended family, nobody was there to help them. Nobody guided them. So they became very angry at everybody. So they cut themselves off from immediate family, extended family, everyone. They just did not want anyone to visit them. It was so bad. She had cut herself off from everyone. I remember I tried to go there once. She was nice. I mean, one of my other cousins, she got married, and I thought, why not use this occasion to go and try to connect with her? And so we drove all the way there, my family and this cousin and her newly married husband. We went there. We had lunch. She had made lunch for us and all that. But we could see the house was in a big mess. Uh, they were just getting by. They were just managing to survive. The I felt very sad. Came back very sad. But then things got worse. He became a bigger alcoholic, and then there was violence in the house. These children grew up in this atmosphere, and the elder one just finished his studies. I mean, he just got himself a degree and just ran off. He had enough of this, and he went to Bombay, got himself a job, and just cut himself off from the family. He couldn't take it anymore. The younger one, of course, got stuck, and after retirement, they moved to Palakkad, bought a house. They started their retirement life with a son. The son, of course, finished his studies, and he was also working somewhere. So they started a retired life, but still cut off from the family, everyone, cut off from society. They started a life, but the man didn't even last 6 months in that new house. His internal organs were all messed up already, and I think he didn't have any will to live anymore. He also had got fed up. with this person, with this nice person who had lost all control and whose illness was not addressed properly. There was no family to take care. So the man died, and then the sister now lives on the pension, the widow pension that she gets because of her husband's death. She lives with this 35-year-old boy who has also developed mental illnesses because of this total uh, living with the mother, taking care of the mother. And in the middle, she tried to get the boy married. It so happened that a doctor couple had a Down syndrome daughter, and they wanted to get her married so that she would have a companion. And I think my sister thought, yeah, okay, why not do that? This boy also was showing signs of problems. My sister was not okay anyway; she needed help, and so she must have thought, why not uh, go ahead and join that family? And they were pretty well off. This daughter was only daughter, so they could help each other and somehow make a living there. But actually, uh, it backfired. The doctor and wife realized in a year that they were taking care of one mentally ill person or mentally challenged person with caretakers and all that. And within a year, they found themselves taking care of three mentally challenged people who were unorganized, who were not showing any signs of wanting to improve themselves, who were messy, who were moody. Maybe my sister was violent also sometimes. So after a year, they told them to vacate, and they had to come back to Palakkad and start this start this absolutely bizarre kind of life, completely cut off from society. She does not cook mostly. They just buy food from outside. They just eat once a day, and they don't clean the house. All that, whatever they buy, that food packets and all are it's all lined up, all around the place. They are both so disturbed. Uh, they don't even have that wish to lead a neat life, hygienic life, clean life. They just want people to just leave them alone in their trash. And in that trash, the mother and son are living. My cousins sometimes go there, and the son comes out and tells that you people please don't come. My mother gets very ill seeing you people, so please go. She has to take extra medicine when you people come. So the boy literally drives these people off, whoever goes there for support or whatever. And when you try to contact, when I also tried, like many others, try to contact her or contact that boy through social media, he immediately says, no, no contact, please. And so they live like hobos, real. They have a home, lucky for them. They have a roof and they don't have to be on the streets. But they live a straight life. Literally, they're living a straight life. I guess they have a they go to the doctor, get medicines regularly, and because of the medicines, I think she doesn't become violent or harmful, or so there's no problem. The society is not affected, so the society doesn't care. Uh, and it's such a sad story. And I'm just 40 kilometers now. I'm just 40 or 50 kilometers from that place. I wish I could sit with her, talk with her. She was a great storyteller. I would love to sit and listen to her stories. And I'd love to tell her that I am also in the same boat, struggling with my mental illness. But I can't. She has made very strict boundaries. So breaching that boundary is just impossible. I wish she had some softness towards somebody who she allowed into her life. No, but no, she does not allow even her own brother, younger brother, into her life. So she's literally son and mother are rotting there. My biggest fear is what happens once the mother dies. How is the son going to manage after that? He is absolutely not fit for normal social life now. He is like he's like an asylum uh, inmate. And so, what happens after she dies? This boy is maybe 35 years old. He has a long way ahead if he is taken care of. Otherwise, he also doesn't have too much of life ahead because they are living in such horrible conditions. I am surprised they are still not hospitalized and they're still alive. Uh, so this is a sad story, and now judge for yourself. I leave it to you to validate my point that mental health cannot be uh, healed or cannot be handled with medicines and doctor, medical science, therapist. No, mental health requires family support. And the sad part is most families, most people in most families uh, run away from these things. A brother would cut himself off from a sister who is going through stuff like this. A son would himself off from a father who is dealing with mental illness. Cut himself off in the sense, emotionally cut himself off. And nowadays, nuclear families, these children, they study and they go abroad and settle there. And coming home is like coming to India is like a tourist vacation for them. They come here mainly to um, eat some Indian food and get themselves like some cheap dentistry and cheap medical solutions. Other than that, they are not bothered about what their parents are going through or what the siblings are going through. I don't think anyone. Most of the children I have met, they have no empathy left. Gen Z and even before that, that last stage millennials, they are made of different stuff. And because because of that generation, even people of my generation, Gen X, and the early millennials, they have all uh, turned into people like the Gen Z. I don't find a difference between the Gen Z people and the people older than them, the people in their 40s and 50s. They have all imbibed the Gen Z values. Uh, they have friends for benefit, parents for benefit, siblings for benefit. Everything is either asset or a liability. If a parent is an asset, they would like to be in touch with them, have some kind of relationship with them. If a parent or sibling or a loved one is a liability, they would do everything to distance themselves from them. It's tough. It's tough. If any of you are going through mental health issues, You have my full sympathy because I know what you must be going through. Most of you, at least. Some lucky ones might have spouses who go the extra mile to heal you. Some of you might have children, empathetic children who prioritize your health above other stuff, or at least prioritize you in their top priorities, their list, the top in their list. Uh, for the rest, uh, you can make videos like this and try to find some peace and closure. I'll come out with something else again, mostly related to mental issues as of now, because that's the thing that has completely um, mm, uh, upended. What's the word? My world is my family uh, in a very bad space now, and mental illness is the main issue. So, till my next video, take care. Try to take care of yourself if you're mentally healthy. If you're having mental health issues, uh, focus on yourself totally. Cut off from people who are not comfortable, who you are not comfortable with. Uh, Isolate yourself if that helps, and uh, develop some skills or develop some hobbies like this that I'm doing. This is something I developed to distract me from a lot of harmful thoughts I have once in a while. Not actually self harm, but more of uh, trying to uh, trying to steal other people's peace of mind. Other people, in the sense, people who are supposed to be helping me and who are not my closest. So I get uh, unhealthy ideas. Um, uh, I get um, I conspire of how to get their attention. Attention in the sense I have this I have this feeling that if I am going through all this and if I am having no peace of mind and you people are not bothered about that, then maybe you should also share a little bit of what I'm going through. So I'll give you a little bit of stuff every now and then to make you also feel a little restless, uneasy. Uh, that's all I want, but I know that's not the right thing to do. I should be doing that, and so this I do this 1 hour in the morning privately as a personal journal. I do that on my desktop, and this is done with the help of my brother-in-law Jagdish, who is mentoring me into this. And someday, when feels that it's good enough, I will put this long form uh, podcast on my YouTube, and hope that somebody somewhere gets some benefit out of it and identifies with it, feels some kind of consolation. Okay, that's exactly 1 hour.